blastmusic247.com. We're changing the industry, one artist at a time. What is going on, everybody? Once again, Implosion is on. So listen, for those who don't know, I'm the Veep, and once again, I have another amazing artist that's willing to share about his and his craft, and we're going to learn something new. So for those who don't know, we'd like to encourage everyone to, one, subscribe to the channel, two, like the content, but most of all, tell a friend about us so we can grow together. So today, I am sharing an amazing, from what I know him as a poet. He is a poet extraordinaire and a powerful presence on the screen. But we're going to learn more about RL, the gifted one. Let's check him out. What's going on, RL?
What's going on, bro?
Man, I'm still making it one day at a time.
That's always a good thing.
How are you doing today, brother?
Can't complain. Shout out to the Aggies. They're having the G-Ho this weekend. So shout out to everybody who's having a good time celebrating us and community and, just being safe and enjoying life. So happy about that.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Let me ask you, what's one thing that brings you peace outside of your art?
My children. I have 4 daughters. I have 2 older daughters, and my younger twins, who I get to spend a lot of time with, they bring me peace, they bring me joy, they bring me life, they make me feel like I matter, like my existence is very, very extremely important to them and their well-being, they're growing up, so I would say
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Kids have a special knack to either make you feel really good or totally the opposite.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's their challenges, their ups and downs, but the best part is that you can be seen in a negative light to everybody else, but to your children you're a superhero. So you matter in the greater scheme of things when it comes to your kids.
That part.
So.
Do you remember the moment you realized words had power for you?
I don't know if I remember. I don't know if there's a exact time or date. I just know I started writing when I was young, and just getting people to respond, seeing another side of you. I think that was my best expression through my poetry, through writing. Trying to impress the girls, but
of course.
But yeah, trying to impress the girls, which just seeing people's just general reaction. I think that's just it lets you know you got someone's attention. So your words need to have power. They need to have substance. They need to mean something when you say it. So
indeed.
So I don't know if there's an exact time, because I started such a young age, like 11, 12, something like that, writing short stories and stuff. So I can't say it's when you've been writing that long, and
right.
I don't know. I'm just speaking for me.
No, I got you. I understand that completely. So, So what drew you to spoken word as a way of expression?
I don't know. It was just something that was in me. Not having a father that was present and not present, and having low self-esteem, and this was, like I said, my expression. It showed who I was, what was in me, and I like writing. Like I said, I like reading was my favorite subject, English.
Okay.
I think just being able to do something that spoke for you,
Mm-hmm.
that was significant for me as a child. You don't sometimes understand because there's peer pressure. You want to be seen. You want to be noticed. You want to be recognized, even
Right.
early as a child. So I think, like I said, I don't know if there's no significant time frame, but for me, it just it was it was it was who Ronald was. It's who
Hmm.
who I became. It helped develop me. It helped change me. It helped shape me. It grew me up. It described me in the best essence. So,
Would you say today reading is still your way of escape?
for shame that I don't read as much as I should.
No, I understand. I'm with you.
I'm spoiled by television, but yeah, I'm one of those people. I'm a couch potato. Um, I
I'm
guess
with
because I'm
you.
older, I'm more of a homebody now. I mean, I go out, but
Yeah.
not as much.
Right.
But reading, yeah, getting information is vital. Doing research and learning and
Yeah.
listening all together, and I think it all encompasses what you're supposed to do in life to be able to develop. I think even when you get in your 50s, 60s, you're still learning, you're still developing,
Facts.
you're still, yeah, you have not, people think, well, I made it. No, there's more to make.
No.
You're constantly under construction. You're constantly discovering and being put
Mm,
onto things that you may have not known. That's why people use that term. I was today years old when I found out.
right.
So, but reading, I think, is important because I like um, reading other people's poems and seeing their craftsmanship, because craftsmanship is so superiorly vital to me. Working on your craft. So
Mhm.
a lot of times I like to go back and read my stuff. I like to read a lot of my old poems so I can go, man, look where I come from. And I started there, and that was so, you know, fundamentally, or just it was okay. But when I see where I come from now, that's very, very important. So yeah, reading. I think reading is. I think reading is just essential for everybody. You know,
Facts.
I think it's essential because it just gets you in a place where you're not afraid to challenge your thought process by
Mm,
seeing what someone else is teaching or someone else is placing out there for you to hear and learn and know. I mean, and knowing
mhm.
is the first part of everything.
Yeah. You know what is so dope is that we both can get the same book, and I can get something totally different from you that you could. So
Absolutely.
perspective can be totally changed based on that too. So that's dope. So when you perform poetry, what do you hope your audience walks away feeling?
A story. I mean, many different things. I want them to hear many different things, not just the catchy punchlines, but just some type of message to something to make you think. You want more than just to be able to say, "Oh, that was fire. That was popping. That was." You hear somebody scream out bars. You want someone to
Right.
just e- predominantly just hear something important
Yeah.
and hear that. And for me, he knows what he's talking about. That guy, when he got up, when he walked off, yeah, that guy, he knows something, and I need
Hmm.
to find out more. I need to figure out more. It's important for you to see that I'm not just up there just to be up there. Um, that's a lot of times I like to perform. A lot of times I like to read. I'll pull out my phone and go into my notes section and read something so that you don't have to see the motions and the performance is good, but
Hmm.
sometimes it's good just to read it because it's almost more self-explanatory. It breaks it down. It's like freestyling without the music, so
Mm.
yeah.
I feel that. Do you find writing to be more for you or for the people listening?
Both,
Hmm.
because I have to get something out of it. I'm not going to share nothing with you that I wouldn't believe, that I
Hmm.
wouldn't that I wouldn't understand. I'm just not going to write anything. And I'm an abstract writer, so sometimes I will have different stories. I'm in hip hop is like the old school hip hop. That's crucial to me
Hmm.
in my writing because it's influenced a lot of my writing. So I would say I want it to make sense to me, because I'm not going to share it or put it out there if it's not telling a specific perspective. Because I do need you to get what I'm saying. This is what I was trying to say. This is what I was trying to express. And you may agree or not agree with it, but I need you to hear that I had something to say, and it mattered what I had to say.
Gotcha. Definitely, I want to invite you over to our hip hop podcast called The Center. I don't know if you've seen it, but we have a panel of brothers and a sister, and we talk about hip hop, just the love of it. And I would love for you to be a part of that one Friday night.
Absolutely.
What themes or truths show up again and again in your work?
What truths or things? Hip hop. I'm always talking about. You can find something, some reference, something Biggie or Wu-Tang related. Those are my biggest influences, Ghostface and Raekwon. But yeah, Ghost always. That I'm always talking about love. I'm always talking about us. That sometimes my poems don't have a ending, but I think you get the meat of it once you really listen to it. I think I just have a particular style that sounds like me. That's an RL piece. So you'll always hear hip hop. You'll always hear hip hop. You'll always hear about me trying to be positive. I think mainly that. Yeah.
Need plenty of that in the world today.
Yeah.
All right. So, my man, I definitely want people to hear a sample of everything you've been sharing thus far. So we have one video here that is called Black Fahrenheit. Could you tell us a little bit about this video?
I think it's kind of self-explanatory. Black Fahrenheit is just an erotic poem about a beautiful black woman and that essence of sexuality and love, and it's a strong piece. Shout out to Raven the Songbird, who's singing on it, and Madeline, who's a woman, Madeline, who was my muse for this. Shout out to Scope Vision Video for filming and editing this piece, as well as a guy by the name of Sean Hunter, who produced the track. So I think it's a real strong erotic piece. It's one of my favorites.
All right. So let's go ahead and check out Black Fahrenheit right here with RL, the gifted one.
I said, Scope Vision, baby.
RL, the gifted. Raven the Songbird. This grown folks music, y'all. You can't handle this, you gotta get out the room. Sing, girl.
I'll be yours, honey, molasses, dark, ebony fantasy of your dreams. Just call on me and I'll be all you need, and I will be everything more. I'll be yours, sweet honey, molasses, dark, ebony fantasy of your dreams. Just call on me and I'll be all you need, and I will be everything more.
Black Fahrenheit, kaleidoscope saucy, Titanic tasting, tongue sinks lowest, wreck ship, leave you restless. 50 shades of freaknik, the 3 a.m. combos, politic naked. She and me engage in unhealthy rhetoric, safe phone sex, dirty dialect dialed up, ill mathematics in private, socially distanced from taking off clothes. But the mind is an unlimited big screen with many channels, and she rocks season premieres. Viewer discretion advised. Wicked sticky. We only built for Cuban links. Friend requesting. Pack of prophylactics prolific. Haters perched like social media vultures. Peep this. Bum rush genital headbanger. Crash headboards like Shaq and Orlando. Can you dig it? All up in her guts. Pornograph in a mosh pit. That hard dick bubblegum. Netflix and a bottle of rum. Take good and plenty time on all areas of the areola. This is no race. The marathon continues. That's why her nipples hustle. Let our sex tape rock till our tape pops. Rounds of applause and ass smacks and claps. No gag orders for every inch swallowed. She be genius for her oral. We be the purple tape. BBD flip it in the whip. Doggy my style for them kibbles and bits. Deep sea creamy like fish and chips. Rotate 69 degrees just to lick her lips. Hot wings and dip. Call us Atticus and Letty. Nasty royal citizens of a Lovecraft country. Hybrids of a different kind. Positionless possibilities. No missionary behavior. Just bad boy strokes. Mike Lowry, introduce your girlfriend into it. Twin entanglement, sister. T and Tamara Mowry. Beat it all up till it's color purple. I'm your mister. Queen and Slim, we vicious. Just the two of us. So delicious.
I'll be yours. Honey, molasses, dark, ebony fantasy of your dreams. Just call on me and I'll be all you need, and I will be everything more. I'll be yours, sweet honey, molasses, dark, ebony fantasy of your dreams. Just call on me and I'll be all you need, and I will be everything more.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Hey, man, I appreciate that. Shout out definitely to Songbird Raven. She is definitely a trooper. She's a part of Blast also. Mad love for her.
Dope artist. Dope artist.
Indeed. So what we're going to do is we're going to dig a little deeper into, you as the artist. And we always dig into moments where life tries to break us, but we find a way to rise. And for you, what do those battles look like? Like what was your hardest journey you had to face in your artistic journey?
For me, I guess divorce and a marriage that you tried to build and go from function to dysfunction and to go through severe depression and anxiety in the midst of it. And to lose your way, not wanting to write and not wanting to express yourself. When actually, in the midst of the marriage falling apart, that's when I started the Love Notes journey. I started writing about, it's funny, not feeling loved or being loved at home, but you're writing about Black love. It's a strange space to be in, but I am grateful for that gift that's been my outlet and part of my therapeutical balance. And then actually going to therapy. I think seeing a therapist and helping to find coping skills with that hurt and that loss, especially when you have to tell two young kids that you won't be living in the same home with them. I think that wrecked me. That's probably one of my biggest failures in life, telling my twins that, their dad, they were only 9 at the time, that I could not, that I wasn't going to be in the same house with them. That, man, I couldn't tell you how much that hurt. And I would say my writing about my hurts, being that expressive, being that transparent. Yeah, I think that's something that strengthened me, being able to be comfortable. As the saying goes, it's okay to not be okay. And it was a long time where I was not okay. Didn't want to go to any events, didn't want to go do much of anything. I've had those times where it was go to work, go home, get under the covers, and just with the lights off, I knew about the dark place. And it was unfortunately, I was enjoying the dark place, and I was starting to get comfortable and stay there. And I'm grateful for a couple of brothers who had been there for me, a couple of friends who really reached out to me and checked on me. That's when they say check on your friends. You really should check on your friends. Everybody that's saying they're good, a lot of us are smiling when we're miserable inside. We're dying inside. And I was at that edge. So I would say therapy and the pen, and most importantly, the hugs of my daughters, you know, just wanting to still love me and still want to be with me, and just, you know.
First and foremost, bro, I salute you for willing to be transparent, because a lot of brothers don't talk and they're just, you know, suffering in silence, as the saying goes. And
I think we're told too many times not to show. I think it's considered weakness to show that vulnerable side.
Yeah.
I think it's seen. I mean, I have discussion with fellas all the time. How women tell us, "Oh, be more open, be more emotional, show your emotions." And now that men are starting to express that, now everybody is saying men are sassy, men are soft, men are weak. All you whining men, you know, you can't. You know, women, and ladies, you can disagree with it, but you can have that safe space. You can have those areas where you can feel like you're hurting, and you talk about the pains and the struggles, and you can be expressive about that. Men do that, and they are just absolutely knocked down, torn down, pushed off, laughed at. It's not, you know, everyone talks about how hard it is to be a lady. No one how hard, especially in our community, how hard it is to be a man, to talk about your losses, to talk, and I don't mean stay in the losses, but talk about those areas that you took an L, where you are hurt, you're weary, you're drained and mentally exhausted. A lot of people don't want to hear. We can't have a bad day. We can't, you know, everything has to be saving face and being in a space where, oh, everything is good, when it's not good. There are days when you're just not good. And I think it's okay to talk about that and to hold each other up and to support each other when we do get in those spaces where it feels like we can't get to the end of the day.
RL, the truth that you're speaking, brother, when it came to your mental health, how important do you feel it is for Black men to seek help when they see they can't fix it themselves?
Every chance you can get, and everybody doesn't have to know about it. Right. And sometimes you gotta open your third eye and your understanding and find those that you know you can go to and talk to, a friend, a brother, a confidant. But a professional help. It's sad that in this country, healthcare is so. It's funny, we talk about like anything healthy. You can eat all the junk food and terrible stuff to tear up your body, and that's super cheap to get. But the healthiest foods cost so much just to eat healthy.
Yes,
but
sir.
So to consume anything therapeutic wise meant for your mental health, it's hard to find affordable care to really sit down with somebody. But if you can arrange it and work something out, payment plans or something, or just find a minister or someone from a mosque, a fellow artist, someone that will not judge you, that will let you take your crown off and put it for a second and just cry and just scream and vent and share and release that, because holding that in is just, I think it stifles your growth, it stifles your love life, it stifles your everyday walk, it stifles your art. Because I think anger is a big blockage to everything in life. I think the energies that we lay in and we fill the atmosphere with, we have to know how to confront without blocking our path to get free and to get healed. You know, I think healing is necessary. So you got to get that therapy. You got to get it.
Thank you, brothers. How do you handle doubt from your own or from others?
You got to know who you are first. Like we've been saying this for years. In order to, you can't have nobody love you unless you love yourself. You got to be in a space where
Yeah.
you can face the reality. Say, you know what, this may not happen, but that's not going to stop me from being who I am. That's not going to stop my levels. You know, so doubt from others. I don't let anybody. You just cannot let anybody determine your worth, your relevancy. You can't let anybody determine you as an artist. Your drive has to continue, and sometimes it's going to get stalled. But no, you have to just, you got to look at it and like I said, confront it head on and say, okay, they doubt me. That's fine. You don't determine that. I determine. I know who I am. It may not seem relevant to you. That's what I say when it comes to poetry. As long as it makes sense to you first, a lot of people are not going to get it, and everybody's interpretation is going to be off or just not there. They're just not going to care, or they're those who are jealous of your gift. So I don't think sometimes it's doubt. I think some people are just intimidated, or they are unwilling to learn or understand who you are as an artist. I think that's a place where a lot of even mainstream artists find themselves at. Too busy trying to impress and not impress themselves first.
Right.
And you're doing a disservice to the art.
So how has pain or personal struggles shaped your art in the ways you might not have expected?
Open up my pen a whole lot more. Because I learned how to be transparent and not have everybody feel I'm being whiny or angry or bitter. And you can be angry and bitter, and sometimes you have to express that sentiment. But if that's your only focus, then the story will be a little too distorted, I guess. If you can understand what I'm saying. So for me, you know what? Sometimes you just can't care. You just can't care. You just gonna say, look, this is what hey, this is me. And so, you know, sometimes, bro, everybody's just not gonna get it, and they're not supposed to get it.
You're right.
Sometimes it's just for you. That's why I love the poets or the writers who have the journals. They never read it. Well, I'll never go out and read it. And I used to say, no, you gotta go and share, but then I stopped. Because maybe it's not for everybody. Sometimes it's just for you. That's your workout. That's your sweat. That's your mental workout. By writing your stuff down, you know, most girls grew up having a diary. So now you have those who have poems. They got a few composition books or just notebooks that they write their poems down, and it's for them to express to themselves, to share. It's just not for everybody, and you just have to feel that everybody's not going to get it, and they're just not supposed to get it. But as long as you're healing within first, then that's it.
No, I feel that. Can you share a breakthrough moment when you realized your voice mattered?
A breakthrough moment when I would have a poet who I was real close with, from the Bronx when I was living in Brooklyn. Just hit me up and say, yo, I got a new piece. Check out this new piece. That, because they wanted me to hear their piece before anybody else heard it.
Wow.
They value my writing. They value my thought process. That means if they wanted me to hear it before anybody else, if she wanted me to hear it before anybody else heard it, that means she was listening to what I had to say. And what I had to say was so important enough and so relevant enough that she understood me to the point, okay, the way that person writes, I have to share mine because maybe they can help formulate something for me. And so I have that's and that was years ago. But that anytime I get that from a poet, so I have somebody right now that I share stuff with, and they only share they don't read their stuff out, but they always share their poems with me. They always hit me up in Messenger, like, listen, I just wrote something and I need you to hear it. Like National Poetry Month, you do the 30 for 30. And she went the entire month, every single day, every poem that she wrote for National Poetry Month, she shared with me and me alone. I was the only one to hear it. It was she trusted nobody but me, and that's a massive responsibility because I had to be totally honest with all her poems because of her personality and how she carries herself. It was fully. I said, yeah, that sounds like you. You're in your bag. You're in your lane. I could tell that she knows how to. You can tell what she's talking about. Okay, this is the situation. That's what's going on. Without she's the type, she can write a poem. Okay, I see she's dealing with this at church, or she's dealing with this at work. Oh, she just had a breakup, so she's trying to let this guy know. So it's yeah. So that's a breakthrough for me when someone values you that much that they need for you to hear it like before anybody else, whether they share it or not.
That is dope. I agree. So your words have power, but you've also taken that energy to the screen. What inspired you to move into acting in film?
Well, I've always done stage theater, community theater. So I've always wanted an opportunity to get into. I love acting. I love telling stories. I love creating characters. I love going to a place where you could be somebody beside yourself. Like, acting is like being an alter ego and creating something when that you're bringing that character to life. So, I just went, auditions here and there and just got a few opportunities, and I've been able to. And plus, my Love Note series that's on YouTube, my YouTube channel, I created the concepts and I kind of mini directed everything. I just told the camera, just shoot it from this angle, shoot it this way. And so I've always been in a space of directing and acting. So
that's dope.
Yeah.
How does performing a character compare to performing a poem?
I think it's sometimes it's the same. Well, yeah, you're still telling a story. You bring a person to life. In poetry, I'm bringing a story or a situation, expressing a sentiment about a certain situation. So an actor may be trying to, and it could be just a small role or one scene, but I'm trying to create a moment.
Yeah.
Both are moments, but this is a character moment. In poetry, I'm not being a character. I'm being Ronald. This is who I am in my purest essence. Acting, I'm just this is for a small portion. I'm in that alter ego phase, and I'm helping that writer tell a story to build other stories with it, because the characters are stories within the story.
Right. Okay. Dope. Yeah. What's something acting taught you about yourself that poetry didn't?
The work ethic that it takes, because when you're in scenes, you're with. See, when I'm on the stage, nobody can touch me. Nobody can touch me. Nothing can harm me. Nothing can hurt me.
Right.
And they're straight. You gotta go. You may have to stop or you forget the piece. Acting taught me you gotta be. Acting taught a certain amount of patience, because sometimes you're shooting a scene. Okay, let's shoot it from this angle, or someone forgets the words. Okay, you gotta shoot it over and over. So you still have to keep that energy up the entire time, and it can be a little draining sometimes to try to get it back up, or you're stopping, or the lighting is wrong. And open mic is you're just being just that open. This is what I had to say on behalf of myself. In acting, I have to learn to speak for somebody else.
Right.
Yeah. So it's not Ronald. So people can say, "Oh, well, RL, you was really good in that. You was really good in that." But I have to be really good all the time when I'm at that mic, because I'm speaking for me. I'm representing me.
I heard that. How do you feel poetry prepared you for storytelling in film?
Presentation is everything. So you got to know how to present it. You got to know how to have a cadence is super vital, and having the right cadence allows you allows you that path that you can really channel a certain energy that can put you in that scene. I can say, okay, if I say it this, because they said the director may tell you to slow it down or speed it up or take a, I've heard, take a beat, take a certain space before you say your line. So, like I said, you have to be patient because it has to be broken up in parts. Poetry, there's nothing broken up. You have to come in with this specific amount of energy every time. And it's, whether you're reading or performing it, or you're a feature, or you're just an open mic, or you're doing a poem at a wedding or something. You already determined how you're going to do it and how it's going to be said. Especially if you're doing the poem over and over, you've done this, or what they call a signature piece. Acting, it has to be layered with what they want.
Right.
Yeah. So poetry has taught me to just make sure poetry has taught me to be patient in acting. You gotta be patient because it's not the way you do it, it's the way they want you to do it. But you still have to bring your style and energy to it. So there are a lot of layers.
Got it.
Yeah.
How do you see the two art forms feeding into each other?
It's always creating a moment. Like I said, they always feed into each other because sometimes you are being a character up there. Sometimes you are doing, sometimes you're at the mic and you're doing monologues, which is acting, and sometimes poetry for some people can be an alter ego. Like somebody could be a great writer. Like Ice Cube was a phenomenal writer, but he wasn't no thug.
Right.
They say he's one of the greatest storytellers, but he wasn't in no gang. He wasn't Cripple Blood, but he goes down as one of the great writers and storytellers in the space of hip hop, which I guess, when you see him in Boys in the Hood or you see him in other roles, you remember America's Most Wanted, you remember Predator, you remember Death Certificate, and then he goes to Barbershop and it's like, is that the guy that was in,
Right.
Yeah, so one enhances the other. So it's like I said, it's always about the moments that you can create.
Fair enough. So yeah, thank you so much for sharing.
I'm making sense.
Oh yeah. You're speaking clearly, brother. As a matter of fact, I wanted to take the opportunity to share your other video that you have.
Okay.
Tell us a little bit about Kiss and Tell.
Shout out to Lamar Yaz video and my muse, Nikki Ridley. It's about probably one of the greatest moments in intimacy, the kiss, and what the kiss means, and who the person that you are kissing. And so that's what Kiss and Tell is. I want to tell everybody about how much I want to kiss this woman, and the flavors and the desires. I want to taste everything about her. I want to get to know her completely, express myself directly to her through this one act. That's what it's called, Kiss and Tell.
All right, so RL the gifted one, and this right here is Kiss and Tell. Let's check it out.
Kiss me without hesitation. Invade my space. Create a self-contained kissing booth with me as your only customer. Sample me satisfied. Place your lips on me, soft and with a purpose. Physically on purpose. With the intent to distribute sensations, rainbow coalition urges, and rapid responses. Craft your kiss, each morsel a major discovery, like infinity stones. Let me taste you, supple serenity, surrounded in the silence. jelly bean breath control, indirect icebreaker, no tension, mutual agreed extension. Both parties agree, this tastes delicious. Duncan Hines frost me like my mouth is a cake bowl. Take your time. No need to super soak slob me down. This ain't the Rolls Royce of oyster slurps. Aerodynamic to acrobatic. Buckle knees, no retreat. Stick to the script. Praise the moment like holy grail discovery. Work it, miss. Extraordinary lip service. Select me and only me for soup cooler supple suction cup seduction. Sinful stress relief. Leave my palate freshly squeezed. Taste my rainbow like coloring inside the margins. Mark territories of my goatee. Lip balm residue. Any flavor you want. Bonito apple bomb me. Put me on. Turn me on. You gotta.
First and foremost, that track was ill. I loved it.
Yeah, shout out to my boy Jay Official out of Henderson, North Carolina. He produced that track.
Dope. I'll tell you, my guy, that was awesome. So,
Thank you.
who are you when the lights go down and it's just you?
Ronald. I'm normal, goofy. I like my Law and Order, Special Victims Unit. I love my sports.
Yes, sir.
Unfortunately, you and I, we are not on the same path. You're a Cowboys fan. I'm a Giants fan. But
It's
we
all
still
good.
we're getting along for the purpose of the arts right now.
We build bridges where needed. Got it.
Yeah, I'm a normal guy, silly, goofy, clumsy. I'm a dad. Like I said, when I'm not doing poetry or anything of the sort, I'm a homebody, regular. I'm a regular Ron. You know, that's who I am.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
What keeps you grounded when life feels heavy?
My children, my art. Mainly at my children, my art, and knowing when to take a break from social media, take a break from people. Sometimes you just need to just be quiet, and you know, I think it's essential to do that when things get heavy, to know how to just, like I said, shut the mechanism off, tap out the matrix for a few, and just be quiet. That works for me. To be quiet. Sometimes and something that's good for me is the do nothing day. I mean, no work, no social media, just you. Where the television is watching you. Sometimes you're just napping. Sometimes you just sit on the couch. Totally lazy. No laundry. No kids. No nothing. You just totally quiet and just relax and just turn your mind off from thinking about the bills and friends and what you got to do this week and the car and all that stuff. You dial out of life and just don't do anything. Just I think it's good to relax your mind and your body on purpose. Don't even plan it. Just wake up. You know what? It's my day off. Or I'm gonna call out of work and I'm not doing nothing. I'm not doing anything. I'm just gonna sit here, brush my teeth later. I'm just serious. Just sit and totally bounce out of everything. And I think that's vital. I think that's vital.
I definitely feel that. What's a lesson you learned recently about yourself as a man?
To listen. Not always having the last word. You don't know everything. Learn to listen. Hear other sides, and learning that unfortunately everybody doesn't have mastered the most simple thing, and that's learning to agree to disagree.
That part.
And I learned to stop even having certain conversations, even with sports stuff. Just, you know what? I see it this way. Sometimes neither of you are right. But maybe neither of you are wrong. You just, maybe you're actually saying the same thing. You just see it from a different point of view.
Yeah.
And it is senseless to sit there and try to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's a waste of time. So I've learned to listen and listen to myself, and not listen to others, bad opinions and bad advice, and learn to think for yourself. So yeah, listening.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Every artist leaves something behind. When people remember you, what do you hope they carry?
That I always told the story.
Mm.
And I always said that, my stuff wasn't roses are red, violets are blue. That I really had a story to tell. I had something to say.
Yeah.
And it was worth reading. It was worth, if it was the videos or it was one of my CD products, it was worth listening to. And I had something to say.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
What advice would you give someone who wants to step into poetry or film?
If you want to step into poetry, just start writing. Just write and don't sound like anybody. Go to open mics and listen. Open your mind up, and sometimes don't even go perform. Just go listen. And don't sound like anybody. Just listen to the different sound. Catch the energy of the room and how everyone congregates and talks to each other, how they respond to certain artists. And also know that every audience and space is different. Like you can do something and get a lot of snaps and claps on this line, and then go to the very next open mic the very next night and crickets. It happened. Like I've had it where I was like, yo, I killed it last night. Go to this next spot. And I gave the same energy, and it was like, wow, were you listening or not? So yeah, so just go and listen, catch the energy of the rooms, go find the experience of being in an open mic and the different artists and the not just poetry open mics, singing open mics, hip hop open mics. Go to the open mic in general and listen. And for acting, I would say start with theater. That's me personally. Start with theater, getting used to being directed, being told what to do, learn to create characters, learning how to study scripts and memorize. Because you got to do both. You got to memorize poetry and acting, but memorizing acting is a lot harder because it's not your words. It's someone else's words.
Facts. So what I took the liberty to do, my man, and for everyone, this QR code is to RL's YouTube page. Please definitely support my man. He's got a whole bunch of amazing videos up there. Check out his piece of work. Tell them where they can also find you.
That's Instagram. I mean, I'm not a big TikToker. I'm on it, but I'm really going in. RLTHA Gifted #1. That's on TikTok. Gifted Poet on Instagram. And that's what you can mainly, my Facebook is Ronald Lavender Jr. LAVENDER. Like I said, but please support the page. It's I think you would like it. It's my salute to Black love and love in general. I think you would really, really enjoy it and like it if you guys check it out. I have about 25 or so I call them spoken word visuals. There's also an interview that I did with a young lady for Urban Onyx Radio, lovely Austin. I did an interview with her. She played some songs from one of my last projects. So, and like I said, it's a lot of dope visuals, great producers. I've worked with quite a couple of video guys like Lamar Yaz, and my guy Scope Vision. You saw the two videos they done, and some beautiful, beautiful young ladies who wanted to be my muse. A couple of my views more than once if you check all the videos, and some really, really dope content. Subscribe to the RL's Love Notes, subscribe to it, and share the videos to your friends. Let them know, especially if we're always saying that men don't love women, we don't care about women, and well, you need to go in and tell yourself it's not true, and share. Let them know that black love exists, it's out there, and it's not. Like I said, check the videos out. A lot of them aren't necessarily sexual. It's not love. Surpasses so many other facets in life. So there's a lot of videos. There's a breakup piece in there. There's a one on friendship. There's a one on just chilling for the day. There's a lot of different subjects that I tackle within Love Notes, and I got a few more coming. So definitely check the content.
So there you go. The QR code is there. Go ahead and scan it, and it'll bring you right to his YouTube page. And RL, bro, thank you so much for your time, man. I appreciate you hanging out with me for a little bit. Big time.
Thank you, man. Thank you. It was a blessing.
Indeed. And everyone else, thank you for hanging out with us and listening to my man RL's journey, and definitely support him. And of course, support us here at Blast Media Networks. And that's pretty much what we have for today. But listen, for the strong, the strange, and the soul-fed, being different isn't the end. It's the engine. Break the mold. Build what only you can imagine. That's it for my time. I love y'all. And I'll see y'all next week. Peace.